This property in the lovely Surrey village of Ripley near Woking was over 400 years old and featured an amazingly dirty flagstone floor. The village itself has a long history that dates to Norman times, so it wouldn't surprise me if the stone in this floor was original or potentially older. The house was a family property with a large garden that the kids and dog used and liked to walk through the house, bringing the garden inside. It was fair to say the area was subject to heavy traffic and attracted a fair amount of dirt. I recommended a deep and thorough clean and then the application of a durable sealer to protect the stone going forward. To demonstrate the potential of the flagstones, I applied different Tile Doctor cleaning products on a small test area to see which would work best. It wasn't long before the dirt was lifted out of the pores of the stone, and you could really get an idea of how the stone could be transformed. They agreed my quote for the work, and we arranged a time to carry out the work, which would take 2 days. I would start the cleaning on a Friday, then we would return on the following Tuesday to seal, leaving it to dry for more than 2 days in between. The first job was to clean the grout using a strong dilution Tile Doctor Pro Clean, which turned it from a dark brown to a sandy yellow color. This work was done by hand with a hard scrubbing brush, and due to the wide joints, took 3 hours to complete before finally rinsing and extracting the dirt off the floor with a wet vacuum. Next task was to clean the flagstones. They were so dirty I decided to use Tile Doctor Remove and Go, which is a stronger product, to break down the ingrained dirt. Fortunately, I was able to use a standard black scrubbing pad attached to my rotary buffer to work the product into the stone. The dirt was removed with the wet vacuum cleaner as I progressed. However, the stone was so dirty that the soil ran back down into the grout. So, after cleaning the tiles, I had to go over the grout again. Once completed, the client was astonished at the difference. I used a lot of water in the cleaning process, so the floor was left for 3 days, so it would thoroughly dry out before I returned to apply the sealer. Returning on the Tuesday, first I checked the floor was dry with a moisture meter. My plan to leave the floor for 3 days had worked well, and I confirmed the floor was dry and ready to be sealed. To seal the floor, I applied 3 coats of Tile Doctor Seal and Go Extra with a paint pad and a soft brush. There was a lot to cover, and each coat is left to dry before applying the next, so it took some time before I was done. Seal and Go Extra is a breathable sealer, so it will allow moisture to rise through the floor. This is an important consideration when sealing old floors which don't have a damp-proof membrane. The sealer worked well on the stone, really bringing out the colors, so the stones now looked like stones rather than black rocks. The client was over the moon with the difference. They had literally never seen the floor looking like this. The children and dog were firmly told they would be wiping their feet before traipsing the garden through the house in future. For aftercare, I recommended they used Tile Doctor Neutral Tile Cleaner, which will keep the floor clean and is not overly strong like many supermarket cleaning products, which can prematurely erode the protection provided by the sealer.